dream about horse in the dream? What does it mean? What does it stand for when you see horse in the dream? Maybe you see that you were riding a horse in the dream, or you were buying one, you were buying horse. Also, you can see horse in a particular spot or in a place. All those things has a spiritual meaning. If you are meeting me for the first time, my name is Glory. Today we are going to be discussing about the spiritual meaning of horse, what it stands for, what is the symbolic meaning of it. First thing I will say about horse dream is that it's a very wonderful dream. It has positive meaning. It has positive interpretation. Of course, it depends on how you see it. It depends on the way the dream plays out, and also it depends on your emotion in that dream. But I will be speaking generally on what it stands for and the symbolic meaning here. So I will go to the symbolic meaning of what us stand for. In us symbolically stand for to have courage. It means sign of leadership. Also, it means strength. When you see horse in the dream, stand for strength too, and it represents ability. Also, it represents being favored, being in charge. Also, another meaning it has is when you are in control of situation, when you are in control of what is going on around you, in control of what is going on in your life. It has that symbolic meaning. Also, it means fulfillment when you see it. Also, receiving help from people or God sending helpers your way when you see help. I'm just giving you general symbolic meaning. It depends on how the horse plays out, the way you see the horse. Also add another meaning to that, to interpretation of horse. Another way is symbolic meaning is rapid growth, and also getting fast results in what you do, getting quick results. Also, it stands for that. Now, let me go to the way you can see horse. Maybe in your own case, you were buying a horse in the dream. Maybe in the farm, you were buying horse. What does it stand for? What is the meaning? What is God trying to tell you? That again is a very wonderful dream. It's a good message that God is passing across to you. If you see it in that way, it means business success, like or job success, or whatever you are doing. It means success in that way. When you are buying horse in the dream, it also stands for profitable business when you see horse, and getting good ideas. Something God putting things in you that will make your life to be easy, that will make your life to move forward. Those are what it can mean when you see that you were the one buying horse in the dream. Also, another way you can see horse this one in a negative way. Maybe you see the horse that died in the dream. What does it stand for? When you see a horse like that, it's talking about loss of something important to you. Dying horse in the dream means you will lose something. You have to pray against losing something that is important to you in the area of material things, in the area of things you do. You have to pray against it. It can stand for you being in a complex situation, something that maybe you are in a fix, and at the moment you don't know what to do. At the moment you are in a tight situation, it can stand for that. When you see that the horse die, or about to die, or died, or something of that nature, if you see like that, also pray against something that is blocking your way. Because when you see the horse die, as I gave you symbolic meaning of horse now, I gave you different what it can stand for. It has a very fine symbolic meaning. And now when you see that horse die, God is telling you to pray that things are not going well, things are not working, things are blocking your way from getting all those wonderful things that horse itself represents. Now pray against stagnation also, and also another very important one, you have to pray for God's assistance. When you are praying and you are binding and losing, sometimes we leave God out of this equation. Now ask God to help you. Ask God for assistance when you see cases like this. When you see it in this negative way, you have to go into prayer so that the real meaning of the horse God will make it to come to pass. Then any power that is blocking you in that area, then God will take care of it for you. Another way you can see, what if you see us in the dream, or if you see just a vision of us, maybe in the dream you just saw the horse standing, maybe you just saw it in a place, in a compound, in a farm or something. That is just the only thing you can see there about the horse. What is God trying to say? He's telling you about that one, is giving you symbolic meaning of what it means. It's telling you things, and that you now use it. When you know the symbolic of what God is saying, you now use it to relate to your own life. So symbolic meaning of that is freedom. Symbolic meaning of that is happiness. Also, it stands for leadership. When you see us in that way, it also means that you have it in you to succeed in life. God is showing you your potentials by using us to speak to you symbolically. That there's a lot of things that God has already embedded in you that can make you to move forward, that can make things to happen in your life. So in that way, that is what it means. Also, it can stand for good luck. It stands for wealth also. And also, it stands for you being in charge of your situation. When God says you are in charge of your situation, means not there are things that we think we still need help or we are still praying about, whereas God has placed it just within your reach. All what you just need to do is to take some step, to take action that will make all those things to materialize, that will make things to start working out. So when God says you are in charge of situation, then you look inward, look inside you and check what you can do your own way, so that God will add to it and make everything to work out for you. Also, another good meaning that this has is assurance from God. Assurance from God. It stands for that. And you should not be thinking about maybe negative thinking, or maybe things, maybe you are seeing some temporary things around you and you use it to judge. God can use it to assure you that God is with you, is in charge of your case. Seeing us in the dream is a very symbolic meaning of a very good thing that God is telling you. Also, it means it speaks about material wealth also when you see it this way. And when in a case where you have maybe case in court, or you are having some issues on that, and you see this kind of thing, it's talking about victory in a court case. When you see God showing you this symbolic meaning, it's a very wonderful thing. It's telling you about to get more out of life. That's to get more than what you are getting, and you deserve more. That is symbolically what God is using to speak to you. As you can see in all this interpretation, you see that us is a very wonderful dream. It's a way of God speaking to you. It's a way that God can use to give you sign of our things, that you just need to know the interpretation so that you'll be able to use it to apply to your life. So you see, this is a wonderful way that you can see us. Of course, you can see it in a unique way that pertains to you, pertains to what is going on in your life. God can use it to speak according to your own situation. So in that way, it may have other meaning, or it depends on the way you see that us. So, but this is a general interpretation of what us stand for. I leave you in the presence of the Almighty. The Lord continue to bless you and watch over you and be with you. Till when next time I see you, I say remain blessed in Jesus' name. Bye-bye. Bye.